So, good afternoon. I'm Sedifilua Grace. So, I'm going to be talking about, I don't know, I'm going to be telling a story actually. Then, I'm going to teach a lesson after the story. Geograph. Okay. So, I'm going to tell a real life story. It's about this man in my community that committed suicide. So, apparently, I don't know what happened. I really do. Okay? But from what I heard, first, the man was not feeling well. But then he started getting better and better and better. His wife sells fish. That's what his wife does. That's and I think he was a commercial bus driver. Yeah, that's what he does. So the man started getting better already. The community contributed to his health and everything. And then suddenly, first, the man tried to drink sniper. He wanted to buy sniper from this person living beside them, but the woman didn't sell to him because the woman had a feeling that he wanted to use it for something or good. Like she just didn't feel like selling it to him. Then later he drank the tall, like he drank a bottle of the tall to kill himself, but he still didn't die, and he did not like the fact that he did not die. But here's the thing: when he drank the Dettol, a nurse came to treat him. The nurse found out that he drank it all. The nurse found out that he was going to commit suicide, but she didn't do anything about it. She didn't tell anybody. She didn't do anything about it. So they still left the man alone to be roaming freely. The man broke bottle, stabbed himself. The same nurse came to treat him, and still they didn't do anything about it. Like the man is, it's not even as if he's showing signs of committing suicide. He wants to, he's like doing it. He's just not dying. That's just the thing. But then they still left the man alone. Then finally, the man had jumped into the soccer wheel. He did not survive that, unfortunately. And he died before they could bring him out. Because before they even found out that he was inside the soccer wheel, it took time. So he died already by the time they brought him out. And then, well, he turned his wife to an early widow, and he turned his children to fatherless children at quite an early to fatherless children at quite an early age. But here's the thing. First, let's talk about the nurse. How would you like? It's not as if maybe he was showing signs. He was making action, taking action. But then you didn't tell anybody, you didn't alert people. Maybe they could have taken him to a mental hospital or something. You still, somebody that stabbed himself, you still left him to be roaming freely, right? And then you practically let him die because you did not tell anybody, you did not take any action. So what I'm trying to tell us from the nurse's action is why, like, we should try to look at people around us, to watch people around us when we see them doing things that like you see someone that is normally smiling, someone that is normally jumping, and then the person starts being sad or something. We should know, we should go and meet the person. Like, we should try to know what's wrong. We should try to help the person. I think if that man, if he had seen someone to talk to him, if the nurse has cried out, he could have seen someone to talk to him, and maybe he would not have committed suicide. He would not have died at quite an early age. And then we should take note of our friends. We should try to help people around us. We should not just ignore them. We should not be like, it's none of my business. It is not none of your business. If that person should commit suicide, it will be on your hands. Why? Because you saw the obvious signs, but then you ignored it. Why? Why did you ignore it? Because it was none of your business, because it was not you, because the person was not your family member. But every life matter. It doesn't matter if the person is your friend or your family member or just your neighbor. All lives actually matter. And then let's look at the woman that wanted to sell sniper for him. Okay, you now started talking that he wanted to come and buy sniper, but I did not sell it for him after he had died. Like, if you had told his wife that, or if you have told somebody else that, this one wanted to come and buy sniper, and I don't think he wanted to use for something good, you could have helped him in a way. She could have saved him in a way. So when we should try to watch people around us. When we see them going off, when we see signs that are not meant to be, we should try to go closer to them. And then after the man died, people now started saying maybe his wife, maybe his wife was maltreating him, maybe this, maybe that. They were already they didn't know what happened. Nobody told them what happened. But then they were jumping into conclusion that maybe it was his wife, maybe it was this, maybe we should not just judge. We should try to get to the root of the matter. Okay, we don't know, maybe it was judgments up and down that killed the man. Maybe people were like, okay, it's your wife that is bringing income. You as a commercial bus driver, how much do you bring? Do you really think you're the man of the house? We should watch the words of our mouth. That those kind of things that those people are saying, if the wife should hear it, how do you think she will feel? Obviously she won't feel that nice, she won't feel that good. So we should try to watch what we say. We should not just jump to conclusions. We should not just spit things out. No. If you don't know what really happened, then keep short. Just console the person or whatsoever. Just do what you want to do and leave. You don't have to talk. It's not by force to talk. So we should not just jump into conclusions. We should not jump into judgment. We should not just say things without really knowing what happened. So what I'm trying to tell us is, from this person committing suicide, we've learned that first we should try to watch out for people around us. We should try to watch for signs. We should try to see. You can't just someone that is laughing, smiling, then you see the person sitting down and thinking, or suddenly the person is off. You should try to go and meet the person. What's wrong? How can I help you? We should watch people around us. We should take note of our friends, our neighbors, just that person across the street. We should take note of them. And once we notice the kind of signs, we should alert people. We should tell people. We should not just notice it and keep it to ourselves. No, you don't do that. You should try to tell people. Maybe you can save a life. And then we should not jump into conclusion. We should not just judge people. If you don't know what happened, then you don't have to talk. Because your judgment can lead to another person's depression or even suicide for another person because of what we say, the words of our mouth. So we should watch the words of our mouth, and we should try. That way we can make the society a better society. We can even save a lot of lives. Thank you.